don't show up,
burpees.
Yeah, workouts get worse. So I'm trying to like stretch this out just a little bit because I know Nick and Eric just got done finishing that workout. Was it terrible?
Yeah, pretty terrible.
Yeah, terrible? Yeah. Anyone else who did it? It was pretty bad? Yeah.
Terrible. I like it. I recommend it to everyone.
Alright, so this is actually, I wish he was here so I could give him a huge thank you and round of applause. Tim actually came up with the idea. You guys continue to drop plates and break them. So these are some of the awards that we're giving out tonight. All right. Y'all get to take a memory home of the gym. All right. So first, I just want to express my sincere appreciation to all of you guys that did participate in the Open. It is a huge deal, not just to me, but to everyone else that's a part of the gym here that you guys did participate in it. Especially for those of you guys that are like brand new into CrossFit within the last couple of months. I know we really kind of like, especially you. I know that we really, us coaches, kind of pressured you guys into a situation that was very unknown. Anybody that did it that wants their $20 back? Anybody except for Michael Grant? All right.
That's only because he's cheaper.
Did you get that, Rob? Okay. All this is on camera. All right. This is not scripted. Like I said at the beginning, I have yet to have somebody that has told me that they wished that they had not done the Open at the end. No matter how frustrating it was at times, no matter how tough it was. This is the first time that many of you guys have been judged in a workout in terms of saying your movement wasn't good enough, even though you were working that hard, and you guys all handled it very, very well. So round of applause for that. I think it's kind of cool to highlight a couple of things, just the gym as a whole, how we did, and how certain groups stacked up against others. So the gym as a whole, the team, there is, I don't know, thousands of affiliates, which is what we're known in the CrossFit HQ world. There are thousands of affiliates just in the Southeast region, and some of them are super, super, super competitive. I don't lie to anybody that comes in here. We as a collective, with one exception, Jay, represent the 99.9% that CrossFit is geared towards, all right? Even if you have hopes of going to the games, right now, the gym population that we have is just regular folks. We're not superheroes. You guys may have aspirations to compete and go further in the sport down the road, and that's great. And I'm not saying that nobody can't make it that far, but right now, we are just regular people having a ton of fun. At least I think it's a ton of fun. Doing fitness, all right? At the end of the day, everyone realizes we're exercising for time, right? That's what's going on, that's it. So, that's it. So, having said all that, our gym in our region finished 210. So, top 200 basically, out of the entire Southeast region that has thousands of gyms.
That's it!
We already gave the award away. You forfeited, so. No, thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
This is Bella.
My dog.
All right. So, 210. All right. Now, I frequently get people that come into the gym that have no idea what CrossFit is, and they're usually of the wiser variety, not older, wiser variety, and they are always very concerned. Well, I'm 40, well, I'm 50, can I do CrossFit? All right? And of course, there are all kinds of individuals that I point to that are in their 40s or 50s. We've had 60s and we've had 70s in the gym. So yes, we can do it. All right? Anybody can do this. It's just a case of, are you willing to put yourself through it? All right? Now, we also have a lot of very young people at the gym, or not so wise people. Hey, I'm in the older group now, folks. I'm in the older group. All right? So, the older group far outdid the younger group in terms of their accomplishments relative to their peers as opposed to the individual younger athletes did. And that is something to be incredibly proud of, because I talked earlier about our gym kind of representing the 99.9%. But the fact that we've got so many that are in the masters category that are like right on the bubble of making it to basically the regional level is really, really, really cool. All right. I think everybody knows Jay. Jay finished. Well, let me back up real quick. Individual athletes, so people that are 39 and younger, they compete against everyone that's 39 and younger. And you have to make the top 20 in just your region to advance to the next level. When you get to 40 or above, you are not just competing against people in your region, you are competing against everybody in your age group in the entire world. So it doesn't matter if you were top 5 in your region, if you were out of the top 200 in the world, you don't make the cut, you don't make the next level, all right? So these numbers I'm going to tell you guys are across the world. Jay finished 75th in the world, all right? That means that he basically goes on to the next round of workouts, the next round of CrossFit competition. So in a couple of weeks, the weekend of the 24th is kind of when that's going on, and I'll give you guys more details of that. Yolanda, not here, all right? She finished top 1,000 in the world, all right?
Yeah.
Mark James. Mark finished top 500 in the world. Margaret is not here. Margaret is one of our newer athletes at the gym, not new to CrossFit, but newer at the gym. Top 400 in the world. And Colleen finished number 272 in the entire world. Now don't tell him this, because I don't want to see him get angry. I don't think anybody does. But if he gets, and this is the thing that keeps everybody coming back and doing this the next year, if he gets one more muscle up, or 5 more pounds in his clean and jerk, or 1 more handstand push-up, he makes it to the next round of competition. That is how small the margins are when you become very competitive, whether it's in your age group or at the individual level. 1 rep, that's when it matters to redo a workout. Not just because you wanted to win the competition of you and a few of your buddies, which is fine, you know. But that's when it truly matters, is that 1 rep. Had Jay done exactly what we projected him to do for all of his workouts last year, which he always does, if you guys know him well enough, he's a master at pacing and knowing what he's going to finish with, he would have went to the games last year. He completely bombed one of the workouts. When we had him redo it a few months after that, he got done, I told him what his time was, and that he should have been going to the games. He was not very happy to hear that. So, 1 workout, 1 rep, a few reps can make a tremendous difference, all right? So that's kind of the gym as a whole, the age groups as a whole, and then some of the athletes that really, really shine in terms of performance. The rest of the stuff tonight is not strictly performance-oriented in terms of scores and things like that. Some of them will be, but for the most part, we've got other awards to give away, if you will. So, when your name, if and when your name is called, you'll come and get your trophy. Actually, you'll box jump onto the podium. You'll get your trophy. You'll do a little twirl. Say something nice about yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Don't say anything. You can give a speech if you want. We'll make sure that we get it on camera there, and then we'll move on. All right, so first award, Most Improved Athlete. Now, to be eligible, number 1, coaches, I'm sorry for as much as you guys did and how awesome you were. Coaches, not eligible for awards. But we do have some honorable mentions for you, all right? So, Most Improved Athlete, this means that they had to have done the Open last year. which is really cool because the workout that made a big impact for this person was one that showed up last year. All right? Now, if you know this individual, you'll know that anytime this movement is programmed, I can imagine him looking at the computer and just going, because it is that movement that has kind of been his nemesis from day one that he walked into the gym. Last year, I don't know his exact score, but I know he improved on 15-2 this year with the overhead squat and chest to bars. This year's most improved athlete is Eric Fuller.
This is fine.
That's a good rep.
Yeah.
All right. Oh yeah, sorry. Eric Fuller, everyone. This is my first time. All right. Next. Erase. Okay, next. I don't know if she showed up tonight, but we will post some video later for this person. This next award is the most reps for I've never ever done this movement before, even when it's been programmed, and I refuse to do it. This is a long award name. Alright? But when it came up in the open, all of a sudden I could go from doing 0 pull-ups to doing 25 pull-ups. How that happens, I don't know. But Hannah Koslow was the winner of that award. Hannah, you're much bigger.
It's the pull-ups.
Okay, wait, you have to watch them forward.
You're in a bulking phase, Hannah?
Get up there. Like just one
Yeah,
stop.
jump. Oh, that's
No rep.
Do it again.
All right, so this next one. By the way, I run all these names by my wife, these award names, and most of the time she was like, what? What does that even mean? So this is the award for the most boneheaded move when you do ridiculously good on a workout and then you completely just forget to even record your score. Alright?
That's the name of the award?
That's the name of the award. Write that down. Alright? So say for instance that a workout comes up, alright? And the only person that beats you in this workout is a coach that does 778 reps. You come in and do 774 reps. You're like, man, killed it. Crushed this workout. I can't wait to record that time. Will, why didn't you come work out tonight? Your brother told me, but what? Okay. But you didn't forget that we had to work out, right? All right, I don't think she made it here. Next award is for the most fears conquered in a workout and the most water breaks taken in a workout.
That's an award.
Yes. Not one that you want to get. The fears conquered, yes. So, in workout 15-4, handstand push-ups and power cleans, or cleans, CrossFit HQ, power cleans. The workout was 8 minutes long. I think for 7 minutes and 55 seconds, there was 12 people that were trying to coax this person into kicking up upside down and attempting to do a handstand push-up. Prior to this, she had only been upside down like once ever, and it's because I said, put your hands on the floor, grab your feet, and said, don't bend your elbows, and did this. And then she was upside down, and it was fine. All right, so in the workout, 8 minutes, and she did end up getting 1 handstand push-up. So it doesn't like being upside down, still does 1 handstand push-up. Yolanda. All right. So I had a lot of names for this workout, or this award that I wrote down, and I had to make it sound nice and heartfelt, because I didn't want this person to get their feelings hurt. Because it is an award, after all. It is something to be proud of. This award is for the most heart, most determination, and most repeating of a workout to get a score that was either better than you thought you should have done, or maybe to best one of your friends that is in the gym. So I do it the first time. We're talking about 15-2, where it was the buy-in to the next round. I do it the first time. I come up like 1 rep shy of making it to the next round. That was Friday. Saturday, come in. Try it again. No. I'm sorry. I think it was Friday night. Come back in, try it again. And 3 reps shy. Man, I'm so mad. But I got to do it again. I know that I can make it into the next round. Mr. How many times do you do that workout, Therese? How many times do you do the workout? 3 times.
We did this morning give Todd honorable mention for the most redos.
Most redos, yes.
Yes.
Face of frustration. Alright. So, most impressive performance, female. Now I feel like I'm at the Academy Awards. Your nominees are. So, let me set the stage for you on this one. This was the 15-4 put out a lot of really cool performances. So 15-4 was the handstand push-up power clean one. Yes, it is power cleans, not full cleans. All right, I don't care what they said. Still better. Anyways, and you had the option. If you couldn't do handstand push-ups, your movement was a push press, right? So Leanne opted to go with the scaled route. Leanne's on the far platform and just motoring through, all right? And she tells me afterwards, I look over and I see 2 other people next to me on the platform, younger athletes, that are, I didn't know if, in her words, I didn't know if they were ahead of me or just behind me, but I knew that I needed to go faster. All right? So, not only did she bring note to that, I noticed it. The first people that came to my wife's mind when we left the gym that day were the twins.
Put them on the box at the same time.
Alyssa and there you go. There's one. Yeah, you had to get up.
You have to.
Yeah! And you guys got to stand up there with your award. Stand up there.
Scoot over. Scoot over. Together. Almost ready. Oh.
There we go. Round of applause.
Yeah!
All right. So this next one, most impressive male performance. I think where's Tanya? I know I saw you. Where's Tanya? Okay. What did you say after like a couple of the workouts about working out in Jay's heat?
Oh, I said it's perfect. At first I hated it.
Yeah.
But it was perfect because nobody watches you. Everybody's eyes are on Jay.
Right. And that's the truth, right? If we're completely honest, that is usually the truth, is that you know that he's there for a higher purpose. The expectation is for him to basically stomp on all of us, except for 15-3. Oh, yes. 15-1. All right. So the expectation is for a just wicked performance to go down whenever he's doing a workout, especially when the workout calls for chest to bar pull-ups. All right. So I don't remember exactly who was in that heat, and I kind of feel bad about it, but I know Jay was on this bar, all right? And so it went 10 overhead squats, 10 chest to bar pull-ups, and then you buy into the next round, 12 and 12. You buy into the next round, 14, 14. You buy into the next round, 16, 16. So the expectation is, pretty much after the first round, you're watching Jay for the next like 12 minutes, all right? Round 1 comes and goes. There's still 3 people, I think, in the heat. Round 2 comes and goes. I know there's at least 2, maybe even 1 more person still left. And I'm like, okay, we've got something pretty interesting going on. Round 3 comes and goes, and it's Jay and this person. Round 4 comes around, and not that I doubt this person's abilities at all, in the least, and you'll know why I'm saying this when I say who it is, if you don't already, all right? But I was beginning to think, like, are they counting correctly? Like, you know? So, chest to bars and overhead squats. And I get onto this person all the time. When you see him squat, we call it the Tower of Terror, because it's like the legs go out and he's right down to the bottom and right back up. So my first observation when he's going through the workout, just flying through his overhead squats, is like, he's going to blow up. It's going to be spectacular, but it's going to happen at some point. That's what's going to slow him down. I have never been so wrong in my entire life about somebody doing a movement and hanging on to it, all right? It was not the overhead squat that ever slowed him down. It was the pull-ups that they just got to be, I mean, there was simply just not enough time for him to finish them in. It wasn't because he couldn't do them. The time was just crunched. Most impressive male performance is Will Lowry. So who would want to do 15-5 over again? Oh. Heck no, not a chance. Who would rather do 14-5 than 15-5?
What was 14-5?
14-5, thrusters and burpees over the bar? Not a chance. Alright, so 15-5 rolls around. And there was a lot of this going throughout the years, or throughout the Open, is everyone you want to RX every workout that comes out. Whether you're in the team division, you're in the Masters division, you're in the Open division, whatever it is, the goal, right, is you want to be able to click that RX button, all right? Some of you guys could, some of you couldn't. Some of the workouts you did, some of them you didn't. This particular person was basically, not forced, but ability level-wise, had to scale all of their workouts. Just because a movement that has not been mastered yet was in there, a load that had not been mastered yet was in there, or just something that was a little bit out of his reach when it came to it. Not on 15-5, all right? The weight was okay, and everybody can RX a row. You guys know whenever I program just rowing to click the RX button? Because I'm ahead of some of you guys just because I click it and you don't. So everyone can RX the row. It came down to, can I do the thrusters? Yeah, you can do the thrusters, one at a time, all right? Some of the times it was 2 or 3 if I could, but a lot of times it was no rep. And it was one of the toughest things to watch. If you guys have been no rep a lot on a workout, it is like morally defeating. It took him 35 minutes and change to finish this workout. Most inspirational performance goes to Junior. Everyone blinked when I flashed through that other one, right? You didn't see what I skipped?
I didn't see it.
So, in all honesty, as soon as I got done, I went over to Tim, and I was like, holy crap, that was so, like, inspirational. And I was dreading that workout, and it's one of those, like, I gotta do it now. I mean, after he suffered through it for 36 or 35 minutes, there's no excuse that I can't do it, so thank you for that. So next one, I call this is the Most PR Performance Award. All right. So I'm sure some of you guys already saw who it was, but I'll still set the stage for you. Again, 15-4 rolls around. You got power cleans in the movement, and this person had been battling at the same weight every time cleans came up. Could not get past one weight. It wasn't because she wasn't strong enough. Just a couple of positional things. She was always out of whack on. All right. 15-4 rolls around. RX weight, 65 pounds. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter that my PR is 70. I'm going to just load up 75. Unknowingly loads up 75 onto the bar and proceeds to use that weight for the cleans over and over and over and over and over. So had never power cleaned 75 before, unknowingly loads it up, which is what I do for most of you guys to trick you into doing more weight, and ends up PRing I don't know how many times. So Most PR Performance Award, Miss Allison Brady. I don't know if that's what she would do, but. Alright, so, next two awards. I'm calling these, there's a male and female, the Spirit of the Open. So what I love about these two individuals and just this award in general is that it's not about performance, it's not about how well you did on the workouts. It's about seeing muscle-ups come up in a workout first and going, all right, let's give it a shot, all right? Or it's about seeing handstand push-ups come up and going, well, you know, I haven't done them, but I'll give it a shot. Every time something came out of the hopper, it was, hey, what's my workout going to be? If I'm doing the scaled version, what is it? I'll just kill the scaled version. That attitude, that the idea that you are given the opportunity to do something that you have never, ever, ever done before, that attitude is what this piece is all about. All right, is why at least I do what I do. Why I push everybody to do the Open. Show of hands who PR'd their clean and jerk during the Open, by the way. All right, coaches, I know some of you guys did. All right, that was after a heinous, very grip-intensive workout. So to see that you guys PR'd within a 6-minute window after a conditioning piece is huge. That's why the Open is so cool to me. So make sure I get the order right. Otherwise, these individuals are going to look funny if I say male or female wrong. So Spirit of the Open winner for the males. Do you like that picture, by the way?
Where's my overhead squat?
I did, but I thought this one was cuter.
Yeah.
Mark C. Coincidentally, all right, all of you guys make great faces, but like, I mean, if I could zoom this in, he makes the greatest faces when he's. I got that close, didn't I? And I'm real pale, just like he is. All right. It's okay, Mark. It's okay. We'll get some sun together. But I really want to use this picture too because he just makes the greatest faces. All right, Spirit of the Open, female. She was here every Open announcement night, and I don't think that she came tonight. But every time was like, all right, coach, I'll see you Friday night. I'm ready to go. Every Friday night she was here. She had her little workout buddy she was always doing the workout with. And just the most spectacular attitude every single time, no matter what it was that came out of the hopper. Spirit of the Open this year for females is Miss Karen Rega. Alright, that's it. Let's go home.
Just kidding.
Alright. So the last one is this award. Again, Tim, spine craftsmanship. We said it'd be like the Stanley Cup, right? So here's, the Stanley Cup, when you win it, you win the cup. Each of the players gets to take it, well, only one player here, because it's individual, but each of them gets to kind of take it home, take it on a little tour. You want to go to Starbucks with it. Just make sure if we do, we'll put the Crossing for Glory. If you want to win this, come to this gym. Try to take me down. But that's the idea, is that you get to keep it for a little while, be proud of it. We're going to get a nice little engraved tag to go up here, and then every year, when the Open rolls around, this award is going to be given out. So this is the first of it. All right. Before we give this out, there are some. You knew I was going to drag this out a little bit, right? All right. There are some other kind of mentions that I want to make before we end with the big one. All right. So coaches are not eligible. All right. So this is not a coach-based award. But I do think that it is worth mentioning, honorable mention-wise, some really cool things that the coaches did. But before we get to them, I want to give top honorable mention to this person. When you go to a competition, do I need to go any further? Is that enough?
Yeah.
When you go to a competition, warm up before you do a 1 rep max anything. All right. So, top honorable mention is to, for those who don't know, it's Rob. When Rob blew his quad out at this competition, one of the first things that came across his Facebook page was, "This sucks, I'm not going to be able to participate in the Open." All right, which would be my first thing, I don't care about anything else, I want to do the Open. So, every Open workout that came out, there was some element that he could not do. Toes to bar, or a deadlift, or a snatch, or a max lift, something that required the use of the legs, pretty much. Again, 15-4 rolls around. You don't really got to use your legs much, especially if you have ridiculous upper body strength, and you can just press 95 pounds all day long like it's going out of style. So, Rob cannot log any scores for any workout, but he did for 15-4. Not just a score, for the people that scaled that workout, which was a huge percentage of the gym, he got the top male score that did it scale. I gotta get some water. Talk.
Water break.
So you're going to come in and do it. Thanks a lot, buddy.
All right, coaches. Let's talk coaches. Honorable mentions for the coaches, because I think this is awesome. All right, first honorable mention. Had never done chest to bars until like a couple of months ago, ever. All right, gets chest to bars. Chest to bar pull-ups show up in the Open workout. Boom, nails chest to bar pull-ups in the Open workout 15-2. Again, 15-4 rolls around. It seems like barbell movements we are very, very good with. All right. So 15-4 rolls around. Rob threw down the best performance on the male side from scale. She throws down the best score for scale on the female side, and actually beat Rob by 3 reps. Coach Leanne. Colleen was FaceTiming us. You missed your award. We gave it away, Colleen. Sorry. All right. So, next coach. Last year, Open rolls around. She'd been here 3 months. She would have been here a lot longer if she had joined the first time that she came to the gym, like a year before that, but I digress. Last year had no idea what a toaster bar was when it rolled around. Said, hey, workout has toaster bar in it. Great. What's toaster bar? I'll show her. She does toaster bar. Last year, did not make it into the second round of 15-2, which is the chest to bar, which she had no idea what a chest to bar pull-up was either. Still did it last year. Did make it into the second round. Makes it into the second round this time. Had never done a muscle up prior to this workout requiring muscle ups in the beginning. And she ends up doing, I don't know, how many did you do, Steph? 7. Coach Stephanie. The first text that I got, well, I got a lot of texts, especially after that workout showed up. You two in the back, you guys, right? Not you, tall guy, or other tall guy. One of the first texts that I got was from Stephanie. Said, I don't know verbatim, but was, well, it looks like I'm going to be getting my muscle ups. That was the attitude. It was like, I had harped on her, Tim had harped on her, Heather had, everybody had, tried to get her, because if you guys have ever seen her on the rig or the pull-up bars or the rings, there's no denying that she has got ridiculous gymnastics ability, but it was never like a necessity to get it. It was like, well, if I don't, there's always tomorrow. Not this time. Her first text was, I guess I'm getting muscle ups. I'm not doing it for anybody else other than myself. That was the attitude that I got from Stephanie when those came around. And guess what? She came in Friday night, did it, and then came in the next day and did a full round with those muscle ups. Good job, Stephanie. All right, next one. He PR'd this clean and jerk, and I'll ask him how much at the end of this. Last year, if you had ever seen this person do double unders in the Open last year, or throughout the past year, it's a painful, painful thing to watch when somebody tries so hard to do a movement that to Tim, or to me, or to Jay, or to some of you guys, that you make look effortless. And it wasn't for lack of practicing, it wasn't for lack of trying to get coached on it, it was simply the movement escaped him. And he worked on it tirelessly. They come up in this year's Open, and he makes it through the muscle-up workout, which he didn't have last year, makes it through the muscle-up workout, through the double unders without much problem, and makes it back around. So, PR'd the clean and jerk, got muscle-ups, nailed double unders in this workout, and then 15-4, again, rolls around. You have to do 3 handstand push-ups to get to the barbell in 15-4 if you're doing the RX version. This person got, I don't want to say no rep, but missed so many attempts at handstand push-ups until there was only 10 seconds left on the clock. And then it was like, well, I guess I might as well finally get this last one and run to the bar and try to clean it. All right? Gets his last handstand push-up with 10 seconds to go. Literally, I was on this side of the room, he was over here, runs to his bar, and in that 10 seconds tries to power clean the bar 3 times. Didn't ever make it, but he still did his 3 handstand push-ups. Coach Mark James. Next coach. PRs. Actually, how much was your PR volume with Linear, Mark?
15 pounds.
Holy crap. For those of you guys who get frustrated about, like, I haven't PR'd in like a month. I have not PR'd my clean and jerk in like a year and a half. Mark here PRs by 15 pounds in one workout after doing a conditioning piece. Those are the breaks. All right, next coach, honorable mention. PRs, the clean and jerk. Hated, I can imagine his reaction when this movement showed up. It was the antithesis of my reaction, which was, yes. Handstand push-ups show up in 15-4 again. This was a huge workout for everybody in here. had just recently gotten handstand push-ups with no assistance, where the floor was actually level. Not only did he get them, he did 11 of them. And it probably, if coaches were eligible for an award, this award of most character shown for what he did after 15-3 would be given to him. He did not feel that he did 15-3 to the standards that were set. He came and asked myself and Jay afterwards, would you record that score? And we both said no. And so he came back in before the deadline and redid the workout and got a significantly lower score, but one that he could record with a clear conscience. Coach Tim. All right, Tim, you PR'd your clean jerk, yes?
That was 5 times under.
5 times under?
But yeah, of course. You want me to?
Please edit that. All right, next coach. I'm pretty sure this is a PR clean and jerk. Pretty sure. I'll double check at the end. If not, it was like 2 or 3 pounds away. Now, let me put a disclaimer on this. Had the top clean and jerk overall, but was also allowed to kind of play with the numbers a little bit and see what some of the others got. But hey, those are the breaks. When you do the workout last, at least you know what you have to beat. I would have beat it by an extra 5, but he just put the 1-pounders on there, so. And took his no reps like a man on 15.3, was 3 reps away from getting into the next round. And somebody was grading him, and I was watching, and I didn't feel that this person yelled no rep loud enough, so I had to yell no rep over the music, and not a hint of disdain or a look of disgust, more just of frustration with himself. Coach Jim. Now, by process of elimination, we've got 1 coach to go. Next coach, never done chest-to-bar pull-ups, never done handstand push-ups, and probably had one of the funniest quotes when 15.5 was released. Finally, the CrossFit gods have smiled down upon me. Knowing full well that there was no doubt she would have right behind Jay, or potentially even edge Jay on this one, which might have sent Jay over the edge. She'd already had beaten once in that conditioning workout. All right. Ends up taking the top score on 15.5. Had one of the coolest pictures while she suffered on her own in the corner, trying handstand push-ups for 8 solid minutes, finally gets one and still battled to get another. My right-hand man, Coach Heather. Ooh, perfect, like right on. Look at that, man. I don't know how long I was aiming for. I figured it'd be like an hour. I told Mandy 30 minutes. Sorry, babe.
She should know.
Yeah, she should know by now. Usually Heather's texting her, gosh, she's still talking. All right, so we all saw the leaderboards that I put together, right? Everyone, there were some different things that I did with them because, I don't know, there are some groups that I think should kind of see themselves together, so I did like a male leaderboard, an all girls leaderboard, a team leaderboard. I did an overall leaderboard. I tried a bunch of different ways to kind of really capture what was going on throughout the Open and trying to keep it as fair as I possibly could. If you guys have not noticed this, I don't know if any of you are leaderboard nerds. I think when you do the Open one time, the next year you kind of are a little bit more. But there is a lot of leaderboarding done by, if I remove the females from the group, people can jump other people. Guys can jump on top or over other guys just by virtue of the girl that beat them was not there. It's just the way that the points work out. You guys have never nerded out like that. You're more than welcome to do that. I spend a lot of time doing that. So, also, what people discovered is that sometimes a scaled score could count for more than maybe attempting the RX version of the workout, kind of depending on how the rest of the chips fall. All right. So when you group everybody together, though, across the board, all right, and this is the way that I feel about all the workouts. A lot of people get hung up on, well, she didn't do RX, well, so-and-so didn't do this, or I did that. I don't really care, because as coaches, all right, if we scale a workout for you guys, the intent is still that my time is going to be competitive with Junior's time, and it's going to be competitive with Leanne's time. So if we scale it correctly and we all put forth our best effort, you should see a kind of grouping of scores or times or something like that, which is why the Open is great, because it does it automatically, all right, especially when you do a custom leaderboard. So, what I thought was really interesting, and what a lot of people were worried about, is like, oh, he's doing awards, it's going to go to Jay, you know. Coaches aren't eligible, so he's out, all right? The next group of individuals after Jay is historically myself, or Tim, or Mark, or Jim, or Heather, the coaches, basically, all right? It's just a group of coaches, all right? So, Jim had the top clean and jerk in the workout, or in 15-1A. He had a couple of other really, really good workouts, and he did the full RX version of all the workouts, all right? So did Tim. So imagine my surprise when I pull up the overall leaderboard, and I see that not only is this person ahead of a coach, but two coaches, all right? So, I got 2 minutes, guys. I got 2 minutes. I'm taking you right to the end. I sent, I'm really doing this on purpose. I didn't program this part. I actually sent a message. I was working out by myself yesterday, and this just popped into my head. I sent this person's father a message that said, your son is absolutely killing it here lately. You should be very, very proud of him. Round of applause. Yeah. One quick little thing, and then I'll let you guys go. I promise. 60 seconds. Ready? Go. All right. Number one, thank you guys very much for coming out and supporting everybody. Everyone that did the Open, I am so incredibly proud of. Regardless of if you took home a piece of a rubber weight, if you really want one that bad, Tim and I will go break the rest of them, and I'll ask Tim very nicely to make some more. All right. You guys did absolutely awesome. So glad that I could talk Leanne into bringing Will here. You guys know that everyone knows CrossFit for Glory is Christian owned and operated, not Christian Koslow, but like, you want to give me a check later? We can expand. All right, we're Christian owned and operated. So Leanne told me I don't think that Will can be here because Wednesday nights he's at church. All right. Now, I would never advocate choosing CrossFit over going to church, but I'm certainly glad that you allowed him to be here for that. One night out of the year, I couldn't be happier that you were here to get that award, Will. Thank you guys very much. Okay, that's it for real. But
affects everybody very differently, and it's very hard to manage everybody's expectations both before, during, and after. And Josh has been extremely deliberate in how he shapes the culture of this thing, how he utilizes the various personalities that are present. He's done an impeccable job. I know you hate staying there because you hate being center of attention, but it's good because everything that was achieved here, every PR, every growth of character, the young kids growing up, the older guys teaching them, it all comes back to Josh. So I wish I had one more award to give him. I'm sure something will just show up sooner or later.